Aloha from Aulani, Disney's resort and spa in Olina, Hawaii. It's located on the island of Oahu, and if you've never been here before, then you are in for such a treat. I am going to take you on a tour of the entire resort. So we are going to see the dining, the shopping, the pools, and if we're lucky, I think we're even going to meet a few friends along the way. So let's go. When you first walk into Aulani, your eye is immediately drawn to the ocean, and I'm pretty sure that was intentional. The entire lobby is open air, so the second you step out of your car, you're not seeing a check-in desk, you're seeing the ocean and the Waikolohe Valley, which is the pool area. You're hit with the ocean breezes, and you're immediately made to feel like, oh my goodness, I am on vacation. And then you start to look around and you see this beautiful Hawaiian artwork that is everywhere because Disney had it commissioned for the resort. And what I think is really neat is that the hotel rooms are in 2 towers on the side of the lobby. So the pool area and the restaurants and the lobby really form the heart of the hotel, and everybody has these beautiful views from their room. I'm staying in a deluxe studio, which is basically the size of a standard hotel room, but instead in the hallway there's a small kitchenette, there's a tiny little sink, a mini fridge, a microwave, a toaster, which is really great because I like to prepare some of my meals on vacation. So whether that's breakfast in the morning, grab a coffee, maybe make myself an avocado toast, or to be able to have snacks in the afternoon, I find it really nice to have at least a kitchenette. And then instead of 2 beds, there's a queen size bed and a queen size sleeper sofa, which is great for families. But I will say that even though these rooms sleep up to a party of 4, they're really small. And there's not a lot of storage. There's a tiny little hallway closet and about 8 small little drawers. I would find it really hard to have a family of 4 in here, but it can be done if you can't spring for one of the bigger villas or suites that are on the property. And of course, I have an ocean view, and I know that ocean views are pricey. I know that there are less expensive room categories here, but it is my belief that when you come to Hawaii, you want to wake up and see the ocean. You're on vacation and you need to vacate your real life. So yes, it is expensive. I'm not going to pretend that it's not. But even if you think you're only going to be in the room for 30 seconds when you open your eyes every day, I promise you, having the Pacific Ocean in that beautiful crystal clear blue water outside of your balcony where you can have your tea or your coffee for the 2 minutes you're in the room is so worth every penny. The Waikolohe Valley is the heart of Aulani. It's right in the center of the 2 towers. It's the first thing you're going to see when you walk into the lobby, and it's the main pool area. It's so big and there's so much to do. There are 3 pools. There's a 2-level infinity hot tub that overlooks the sunset, and it's adults only, so that's where you want to end your day. There are 2 pool slides, there are 2 splash areas for the little ones, and the highlight is the super long lazy river with water jets and waterfalls surprising you at every turn. And parents, don't worry, there are lifeguards stationed basically every 2 feet, so it's okay to let the little ones go and run and have fun. And you won't have to worry about them. Just remember, you do have to pick up your wristband every morning starting at 8 a.m. and that gives you access to the valley because, of course, this is the fanciest pool in the resort area and everybody wants to come. And so how they know that you are staying at Aulani is with your wristband. And that's where you'll pick up your pool towels too. I rented a cabana for the day, which is really nice because it gives you a home base to park yourself and your family when you're at the pool, and then you can all go off from there. There are only 8 of them, and reservations start booking 1 year in advance, and I think that if you even
have a sliver of an idea that you may want to rent a cabana, book it a year out, because you can always cancel up until 24 hours before. These things sell out so fast. I had such a hard time trying to get one, so save yourself the trouble and book a year in advance. But it's nice because it comes with a TV, a fan, a mini fridge, and then amenities like bottled water, a fruit platter, snacks, sunblock, and then you also have a speaker that you can hook your phone up to if you'd like to listen to music, and charging stations. So it's much more relaxing than trying to find a pool chair with shade and then constantly having to move all day to find that shade.
I am here in the Laniwai Gardens, which is the relaxation area of Laniwai Spa. It's basically paradise, heaven on earth. You're never going to want to leave. You can come an hour before your services and they'll probably even let you stay a little bit afterwards. But this is where you do nothing. There are hot and cold plunge pools, warm soaking tubs with minerals. There's a reflexology path of stones that's meant to trigger different pressure points on your feet. Most people hate it. That's where you're gonna find me for an hour just walking back and forth because it feels so good on my dead little feet. There's also an outdoor shower circuit. It's actually the only one in the state of Hawaii. And what's cool is you can bring like a shower scrub. They used to give them to you, but you know, COVID ruined all the good stuff. But it's different types of shower heads and temperatures. And so you can be massaged by the water outside in this garden. You can probably hear it going off right now. And there's attendants that walk around and give you some, you know, cold towels. And it's really just, this is, I think, like an adult's happiest place on earth. Okay, we are about to spend 2 hours in this room doing a couples massage and facials, and I cannot think of any way that I want to be spending my time other than this. You'll probably find me here still by the time you're watching this video. Okay, what did you think of your first facial ever?
It was painful, but enjoyable.
10 out of 10, highly recommend. Let's talk food, because you know that's my favorite part of a vacation. And Aulani has some really great hits, but a few misses. Let's start with makahiki, which is their big buffet. In COVID times, it's kind of a 3-course meal for both breakfast and dinner, but I'm sure soon they'll be bringing the buffet back. At breakfast, it's a character meal, so you get to hug Mickey and Goofy and Pluto, and the kids just go crazy, and Auntie sings a lot of songs, and it's really lively. And for lunch and dinner, they also have quite a few quick service options. Off the Hook, which is one of the pool bars, it has been converted into a quick service restaurant at the moment until their more fine dining restaurant reopens. And then there are the snack shops around the pool, which serve shave ice shaped like Mickey, and that's my favorite, and other quick foods that you might want. And of course, around the pool, they have servers bringing you a full menu of food if you'd like that too, so you'll never have to leave from your pool chair. But I will say, for nice dinners and things like that, the resort is currently lacking. So lucky you, there's a Four Seasons right next door, or across the street, there's a little shopping plaza with a bunch of restaurants too. So it's okay to take the quick 3-minute walk to either of those properties and grab yourself something if you're looking for a nicer sit-down meal. Behind me is Ama Ama, and this is my favorite restaurant here. It is an oceanfront, gorgeous sunset view, open air restaurant that did breakfast and dinner, but it's closed, and I'm so sad. And I thought maybe it was because of the pandemic and Aulani hadn't staffed up. That's not the case. I found out on this trip they are actually refurbishing it, which I can't decide if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because I loved it so much. But not only are they changing the design, they are completely reimagining it and making it more of an upscale dining experience, which is weird because it was already a signature dining restaurant, and they're redoing the menu, and I'm sure it's going to be amazing because it's still going to be oceanfront, but now it's not scheduled to open until the fall of 2022. So I miss it on this trip, but the next one for sure, I will catch it, and I'm so excited. Aulani is located in the Olina resort area, which is great because it's built on 3 or 4 little man-made coves, which is excellent for the little ones or the Heathers in your life who hate ocean waves, because they're set up so that they have rocks and netting to break up the waves. So it's basically like your own personal bathtub out there. It's super flat. I even brought a little surfing toy to play with, and there's no surf. So I love it. You can also come down here, sunbathe, do all of your sand and beach activities, but there is a little to-go cafe where you can get some really great food. They have an awesome frozen pineapple covered in white chocolate, and it's just, oh my gosh, it's so good. And then there's the beach rentals, so you can go out, rent out a catamaran ride or stand-up paddleboarding. There's even kayaks you can rent. I'm not brave enough for that. But it's just, there's a lot of fun to be had on the beach. You don't always need to go and stay in the pool. Come and hang out down here sometimes. Behind me is the Pauhana room, and Pauhana means after work or happy hour. And it's kind of like the community hall. It's where you're gonna come to hang out and talk story, do some crafts. They do fun things like craft your own mini ears or coloring. They have paint parties. They also do ukulele lessons, and you can even rent your own ukulele completely free. Just check it out like it's a library book, and you can bring it around the resort and play. I'm not doing this, Justin is. I just took an ukulele lesson, and it was not very good. My fingers are too short. But it's a really great place to come and sign up for activities and see what's going on around Aulani, because as beautiful as this resort is, it is more than the beach and the pool. Okay, do you love scavenger hunts? I love scavenger hunts, and there's a really fun one at Aulani called the Menehune Adventure Trail. And it's kind of like, if you're familiar with Walt Disney World, the Kim Possible adventure or the Agent P adventure, where you have this fun little device, and so it creates interactive things and it sends you all around the property. But what I love about the Menehune Adventure Trail is it's going to help you get familiar with the resort, but you learn a lot about Hawaiian traditions and fun little creatures, and magic things happen everywhere you go, and sometimes you create a little mischief, and I am all about mischief. So let's go see what the Menehune have in store for us today. So did you love the Menehune Adventure Trail?
I do. I always have to do at least one while I'm here because there's multiples. But if you don't feel like being that interactive or you want to be more lazy about it, you can create your own scavenger hunt. All around the property, there are more than 300 Menehune statues. Sometimes they're inside, sometimes they're outside, sometimes they're up, sometimes they're down. But I found it's really fun to kind of just challenge yourself and see how many you can find because they kind of pop out at you when you least expect it.
Right at the heart of Waikolohe Valley is Rainbow Reef. It is Hawaii's only private snorkeling lagoon, which is great because for people like me who hate the ocean, there's nothing in there that can hurt me. So you can rent some snorkel gear. They even do supplied air snorkeling, which you can do, and spend a half an hour in there checking out the fishes and a few hidden surprises. They also do fish feeding several times throughout the day, but pro tip, get to Rainbow Reef early, like 8 a.m. and sign up or do it on your app because those fish feedings go really, really early. But the snorkeling is cool because you can rent the gear for the entire day and go in and out as many times as you would like. Every night around sunset and for a few hours after, around the pool, or if you're lucky and it's not COVID times, around the fire pit, Uncle tells stories. And he's an amazing storyteller. He will tell you all of the folklore of Hawaii, and you learn so much. And every time I come back, I always hear different stories, no matter how many times a trip I go. He's so engaging, and it is worth spending 20 minutes out of your vacation to listen and learn something about Hawaii. Behind me is Auntie's beach house. And I can't go in there because I am an adult, but this is the kids club here at Aulani. And the cool thing about it is it's completely free of charge. It's included in your room rate, which is nice because a lot of hotels here in Hawaii charge for things like this. And I kind of really wish that I could go in here because they do cool things like science experiments and different like Hawaiian games, and then the Disney characters come in and hang out, and Auntie's there to tell stories, and Uncle comes in and he teaches you ukulele, and like I just would really love to be about 7 years old right now, so I got to go play in there. But I'm an adult, so I don't get to do that. But I have Laniwai Spa, so I'll call that a win. This little beauty is the Lihing Rita, and that makes me want to talk to you about the bars and the lounges here because there are quite a few, and even adults need a little bit of playtime. So there are pool bars and servers around the pool, so you don't have to get up if you don't want to, and also on the beach, which is nice. But there's also Off the Hook, which is located next to the pool and is currently acting like a quick service restaurant while Ama Ama is down. But you can also just walk in, grab your cocktail, which is where I got this from. But my favorite lounge here is the Olelo room, which is, Olelo means language in Hawaiian, and there's beautiful wood carvings all throughout the bar that tell you about the different words for things we know. So like pig is pua, we know that, like from Moana. But all of the servers in that lounge must speak the Hawaiian language. So please walk in and ask them a question. Like, for example, I'm really curious about how to say you're welcome in Hawaiian. So I need to go back tonight and find that out. But they also have Hawaiian music that plays every night on the patio, and it's open air, and they have a great sushi menu and also a ton of plant-based offerings, which makes me happy. So that's usually where you're gonna find me at night. The Miki Miki Fitness Center here is serious business. I just walked in and there were like 15 people working out, which is crazy because I work out every day at home, but I'm not doing that on vacation. But what I do like to do on vacation are all the fitness classes. And they used to be every single day, but during COVID times, they've kind of scaled them back. So now they're only a few days of the week. And they used to be free, and then they were $15, and now they are $30 a person, which I'm very angry about Disney. Bring back the free fitness classes. But if you would like to partake in the classes, you can sign up on the Aulani app. It is not user-friendly. You would think that they would be on the daily schedule, but they're not. You have to go to the spa section, and then the fitness section, and then from there, it'll pull up the classes, and you can sign up. However, I just found out when I walked into the gym that there is a bigger schedule of weekly classes that they change out every week that are not listed on the app. So, pro tip, If you want to do the classes like TRX, boot camp, yoga, just walk down to the gym on your first day, see the schedule posted in the hallway as soon as you walk in, and give the fitness center a call and sign yourself up that way, as opposed to relying on the app, because I found it not very user-friendly and they don't have everything listed. If you're like me and you like to find the perfect souvenir from your vacation, don't worry, Aulani has you covered. There are 3 stores plus the store at the spa that sells all sorts of Aulani merchandise, character merchandise, ear headbands, because you know those are my favorite. There's one that's a little more upscale with the Junie and Borks and adult clothing, and then one that's a lot more fun with the characters, and there's even one that sells all of your pool essentials like sunblock and bathing suits. So definitely make sure you set some time aside to check those out. And if you forget your souvenir, or you just can't stop thinking about the thing that you didn't buy, don't stress. You can actually give Aulani a call and they'll ship it to you, which is a nice special little service. Since Aulani reopened after COVID, they've issued an app. So they want you to download the Aulani app onto your smartphone, and this is kind of the place where you're going to be able to view your reservation, make dining reservations, reserve activities, see the daily schedule. I found it not very user-friendly. They don't always have everything loaded on the app, and I'd like to see it work a little bit better. But it is something that you do want to download before your trip. You can do your online check-in, get all of your details there, and then kind of use it as a guide while you're here. But they also have the schedules in more full capacity displayed on boards throughout the resort, and I've kind of been checking that. But hopefully in the future it'll start to work a little bit better. But in the meantime, it's something to have just as a reference while you're here. Behind me is the Luana Lounge, which is a room that Disney had for guests who are checking out, but their flights might be later in the day. So if you wanted to stay and swim and go to the beach, but you had nowhere to shower or change before your flight home or dry your bathing suit, this is a place you can go and do all that, watch TV, relax. It's closed right now due to COVID, just like everything else. So I can't get in to take you around. But I am going to put my camera up to the door like a little pauper so you can kind of get a peek of what it's like inside. So hopefully it'll be open on your trip here, but just keep in mind that it is a service that they normally provide, and hopefully they'll bring it back soon. This is a Disney resort, so of course there are characters. You have to be able to give Mickey a hug, right? So the Fab Five is here on vacation, and my girl Moana hangs out here all the time, but who I am the most excited to meet is Stitch. I just love that mischievous little guy because he looks like my dog. But there is on the Daily Eva, your schedule, a complete list of character meet and greets throughout the day. So just keep an eye on that, and this way you won't miss your favorite. And there you have it. That was my tour of Aulani, Disney's resort in Hawaii. I hope you thought it was as beautiful as I do, because I keep returning here year after year. And maybe it's inspired you to take a trip of your own to Aulani. I know Hawaii seems really far away, but I promise it's not, and it is so worth it once you get here. As always, if you liked the video, please like, subscribe, share with your friends. And if I didn't answer any questions you might have, just pop them in the comments and I will do the best I can to find out an answer. As always, I am Heather, and I will see you next time. Bye. I'm very bad at this.